And we're back with KMMA. I'm Andy O.
Deal, deal.
And we're going to be bringing you our weigh-in final face-off show along with our thoughts for UFC Vegas 107 here, Barber against Blanchfield. So we got six fights coming up for the main portion of this card still, starting with Zachary Reese versus Dusko Todorovic. Real deal. Have you changed your mind about Dusko here?
Yeah, absolutely not, man. I got to go with Zachary Reese in this one here. Loving what I'm seeing here right off the bat in the face-offs, man. You can see that Zachary Reese is just towering over Dusko Todorovic. On topology, he's supposed to be 6'4", and Dusko 6'1", supposed to be a 3-inch height advantage. This almost looks like a 4 or 5-inch height advantage here in my eyes. He's so much taller than Dusko Todorovic. It's crazy. Also, he's going to be he's going to have a 3-inch reach advantage also over Dusko Todorovic. So Zach Reese with a 77-inch reach, 74 for Todorovic. So physicality, we can see that Dusko Todorovic he does look a little bit thicker than Zach Reese. He is kind of thick there. He is kind of muscular. But Zach Reese, man, he's way more muscular and built and ripped. You can see even by the stomach there. Look at the abs on the left side here, Zachary Reese compared to Todorovic. Much leaner, much more ripped, much more built and muscular for Zach Reese. And I think the power is there also for Zach Reese, man. Dusko Todorovic, man, that chin of his here that you could see here in this photo, man. He's got that chin that looks like you could just crack it. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Zachary Reese is going to crack that chin and most likely get a knockout or maybe a club and sub. Once Dusko falls to the ground, he might jump on him and sub him or jump on him and ground and pound him. But yeah, I got to go Zach Reese for the finish here. Knockout or submission for me for Zach Reese, man. Easy money.
Yeah, so for me, this pick here is more to do with the weaknesses lately in Dusko's game. You know, his weak chin, the fact that he leaves himself open all the time, it seems. Um, Rather than just how good Zach Reese is, because he hasn't really proven that much yet, you know. And considering he's such a favorite in this card, I don't even know what a win over Dusko at this point will prove. But yeah, I still got to go with Zach Reese. I think if he blends in some takedowns, even it'll probably be a good idea. But yeah, I think he's going to find that power shot eventually. I think he likes to pour it on more than one shot kill you. And I think that's kind of what's going to happen. He's going to hurt Dusko with one of those shots, and then just keep on putting on the volume and you know beat him up along the cage until the ref stops it, something like that. So give me Reese by knockout or decision.
All right. So we're in agreement with the first fight of the main card. Me and Andy only disagreed on one fight in the prelims, and hopefully we can see that the main card, hopefully we can agree on a lot of these. So first fight we agree on, that's good. Let's get to the next fight here. We got Caitlin Vieira against Macy Chiasson. So it's your turn.
Oh yeah, yeah. So before I get into this one, everyone like and subscribe if you can, because really helps out. And Vieira and Chiasson here. I was expecting them to be closer in height, more identical in height, but they're not. And I like the fact that Chiasson is a little tired here. She has more of a little taller here, has more of a reach. And you can't really tell at this point in the still, but she was giving Vieira a little smirk there, you know, which I liked. She's coming into this one confident. And Vieira, I just think she's a very slow fighter. I think she's kind of boring, although these two kind of fight the same. But I think Chiasson has more fight in her, and I think she has more aggression. And if that aggression doesn't lead to her downfall in some way, I think she's going to slice Vieira up with those elbows and maybe even put her away here. But give me Chiasson by knockout, sorry, by submission. Bleh, no, decision or knockout.
All right, man. So yeah, definitely going with Macy Chiasson. This is going to be a close fight. It's going to be a close fight because both of these girls have a similar fighting style where they like to get their opponent to the clinch, clinch up against the cage, and then use some body shots and damage there, striking against the cage. and possibly takedowns. Caitlin Vieira's got some takedowns as well. She does have some jiu-jitsu skills. But I do think that Macy Chiasson's takedown defense is good. And I think that she's going to be able to fend off any takedown attempts from Caitlin Vieira. Also, Chiasson is, you can see here, a little bit taller than Caitlin Vieira. I thought she was going to be much taller, but she looks like she's only maybe one or 2 inches taller here.
Hey, I'll take it because I thought they were going to be the same. So
Yeah, but I thought Chiasson was going to, because Topology had Chiasson being 3 inches taller, so
don't trust them all.
it's not that much taller, maybe an inch or two. I do like Macy Chiasson being more ripped. You can see there the abs there. She's more ripped, more lean. A little bit thinner than Caitlin Vieira. Caitlin Vieira is just a tiny bit thicker, but not by much. It is going to be a good fight. I definitely like Macy Chiasson to come in here. I think she's way more aggressive, like you said. I think she's going to land more strikes. She does more too. Caitlin Vieira is very slow, like you said too, and doesn't throw a lot of volume, I find, for Caitlin Vieira. She stays stiff in there sometimes. Sometimes she doesn't really throw much. And then she starts getting some activity later after. She's more of a counter type of fighter. She waits for the opponent to strike first, then she strikes after. So that's not good against Macy Chiasson, who throws very fast punches.
It's very hard to find a good highlight in Caitlin Vieira's career. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of Caitlin Vieira. I think she's good.
I'm not, but yeah.
But against certain opponents, this is not the opponent for her. I just think the matchup's not good. Give me some other opponents there. I would have probably taken Caitlin, but because it's Macy Chiasson, I just like Macy Chiasson's grit and her fighting style a little bit more aggressive, and I think she's just more. She goes out there more and wants it more, and she's got more. She's just more. I don't even know the word to say that. She just goes for it more. And fights for your money, man. She goes off when she goes in there. So I'm going Macy Chiasson, and I'm picking her to win by. I'm going to say it's going to be a tough one to pick how she wins. I want to say knockout or decision. I don't think she's going to sub Vera, but I'll go knockout or decision here.
All right.
All right. So we're in agreement with Macy Chiasson. All right, that's good. Let's get to the next fight here. We got Dustin Jacoby against Bruno Lopez. So for this one here, Dustin Jacoby coming out here looking pretty decent there. He's a little thick there. I was expecting him to be a little bit more muscular, but he's kind of got that dad bod almost going there. He's not as ripped and shredded or built as I would have wanted him to be, but he's getting up there in age. They're 37 years old. He is slightly taller, an inch taller. Bruno Lopez looks like the more better shape. I think he looks a little bit bigger and a little bit more, a little bit more muscular than Dustin Jacoby there. Dustin Jacoby's looking like he has like a weird kind of body style here in this photo. I'm gonna go with Dustin Jacoby, the veteran here. I think he's just gonna win with his experience. I like the fact that he's got the grappling in his back pocket. If he needs to get any takedowns there, he could do it. The guy can wrestle. I know he hasn't shown that much as of late, but he can do it. And
he's had 15 fights in the UFC and never showed it.
And he's got good punches though, and good striking. I think that Bruno Lopez has to be careful. Dustin Jacoby has shown that he's able to get knockouts. He just did it on the last fight against Vitor Petrino. He got that knockout there with the right cross, and he's got power in his hands. People forget that Dustin Jacoby is strong, man. He can hit. I can see him beating Bruno Lopez here by knockout or decision here. So give me Dustin Jacoby, the veteran, to get the job done. But Bruno Lopez is definitely dangerous.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Bruno Lopez on this fight for sure. I think Justin Jacoby has been in a lot of fights. Yeah, he's fought in good competition, but I think he's pretty shop worn. And he's getting up there in age as well. Bruno Lopez, not nearly as shop worn. He's the guy that you have to worry about the grappling in this, if I were Jacoby. And the fact that he can get subs too, and the fact that he loves to get that triangle choke. This is what I see when it comes to Bruno Lopez. Another little fun fact about Dustin Jacoby. maybe it would be different if he was the dog in this one because he doesn't win when he's a favorite, and he gets his wins when he's the dog, at least lately. So keep that in mind here. He's the favorite here. He hasn't been making anyone money as a favorite ever. So I'm gonna stick to that trend too and pick Bruno Lopez here
All right, so we disagree.
by submission or decision. No, you know what? By submission or knockout.
All right, there you go, man. We disagreed on this one here. Let's move on up to the next fight here. All right, we got Billy Ray Goff against Ramiz Brahimaj.
All right, here I gotta go with Billy Ray Goff and his ponytail in this one. Ramiz Brahimaj, I think his only path to victory is somehow get a sub early on, but I don't think he's gonna be able to even sub Billy Goff even if he gets close to a sub because Billy Goff, I think he's a monster right now, and Brahimaj is coming in on short notice here. If you remember, several fights ago, Brahimaj is the one who almost like his ear almost fell off in one of his fights there. This was a while back, but yeah, and he lost that fight due to the fact that his ear almost fell off and it was bleeding all over the place. Hearkening back to that, I'm gonna go with just a plain old knockout, maybe not the ear part for Billy Ray Goff, or knockout, but I say or decision, but I feel pretty strongly that this guy's gonna knock him out. So it's gonna be knockout 80% to decision 20%.
All right, man. So yeah, man. For this one here, looking at these two here, I gotta say that Billy Ray Goff is in phenomenal shape. You can see the abs there. He's ripped, but also Brahimaj is in pretty good shape himself. Billy Ray Goff, I think he's a little bit more muscular, but they are very similar in size here. I think Billy Ray Goff is a little bit more ripped though. Brahimaj still looks good though. He's also ripped. He's also muscular too. It's very close, the body type here. As far as the heights are concerned, they pretty much have the same height according to what I'm seeing here. Nobody looks really much taller than anybody here. And it's pretty accurate. They're supposed to be both 5'10". That's pretty accurate. There's not really a reach advantage for anybody. 0.5 of a reach advantage for Brahimaj there. It's not enough to talk about. But yeah, man. Ramiz Brahimaj is dangerous though. Watch out for this guy's submissions. He does also have. He is capable of the knockouts as well, but I don't think he knocks out Billy Ray Goff. I think if he does get a win, it's going to be by submission. But I got to go with Billy Ray Goff. I think Billy Ray Goff is the more powerful guy. He's stronger, more athletic, I feel. And I feel like he's going to go out there and stand and bang. His forward pressure is awesome. He always likes to move forward. He throws combination strikes. He throws good kicks too. And I think he's going to land something on Ramiz Brahimaj and probably put his lights out. So I'm going to go knockout or decision for Billy Ray Goff here. So
yeah, you shouldn't even go too overzealous there at the beginning. If he stays patient, he should just be able to pick this guy apart pretty easily if he wanted to, just on the feet, with relative ease. Because Brahimaj is not that good on the feet, eh?
Yeah, he's not that good on the feet, but he's definitely good on the ground, and that's what I'm worried about for Billy Ray Goff. But if he keeps this fight standing, Goff can get the win here. All right, so we're in agreement with Billy Ray Goff. I got knockout or decision. I think you have the same.
Yep, knockout or decision.
All right, let's move on up to the next fight here. This is going to be the co-main event of the evening here. We got Mateusz Gamrot against Ludovic Klein. Now, for this one here, I was going back and forth, man. My original pick in the early predictions was Ludovic Klein here. And I am switching my pick. I'm switching my pick. I am switching my pick here. I am now going for Mateusz Gamrot. Andy O, you convinced me with your knowledge there. And after doing some research and listening to you talk here about Gamrot, I realized I got to go with Gamrot here, man. But hey,
thank you, my man. And I had some more stats and a little more info for you to swing.
But hold on. With that being said, even though I'm switching my pick to Mateusz Gamrot, with that being said, I definitely I definitely still have a bet on Ludovic Klein getting the win here. You'll see this in the betting video coming up soon. I definitely still I'm going to bet on Ludovic Klein as well, though. But I think Mateus Gamrot can get the win here. The reason I think Mateus Gamrot can get the win here is the relentless grappling. Okay. The thing is, though, is that Ludovic Klein does have a 91% takedown defense. Okay, but when I was thinking about that, I'm like, yeah, he's got a 91% takedown defense, but against guys who don't really take him down. It's against guys that don't really have the same kind of grappling skills as Mateus Gamrot.
Yeah, like Roosevelt Roberts.
I was just about to say that. Roosevelt Roberts, AJ Cunningham,
Thiago Moses is shit at takedowns.
Ignacio Bahamondes, Jai Heber. These are guys that don't really get much takedowns, that don't have the kind of grappling skills and jiu-jitsu skills as Mateus Gamrot does. So that's why he has such a high takedown defense. The opponents that he faced have not really challenged him and taken him down, to that point. So that's why his takedown defense is so high. But with that being said, I got to go with Gamrot here to get the takedowns. I think that he's going to, because of the fact that he's one of those guys who's relentless with it, he never stops trying to take you down. Eventually, it's going to frustrate Ludovic Klein, tire him out, and I think he'll get him down a few times in this fight. Now, if Ludovic Klein manages to fend off a couple of these takedowns and land some punches or some crazy strikes, I think that Ludovic Klein can knock out Gamrot or hurt him pretty badly and win a decision based on damage. But if the judges go for the takedown and control time, and who was more dominant on the ground, they might give it to Gamrot, especially if Gamrot lands those little punches, little ground and pounds that he does. He doesn't have much power, so he'll just be, hitting him with those little body shots and, punches to the face and stuff as he's on top. He could win the fight. So I'm going to go Gamrot to get the win here. I say he wins by decision or maybe submission in this one.
Yeah, Gamrot's got the skills in too, but yeah, so if he hits him good a couple times at that and does a little more damage, you could say, it's kind of hard to hurt Gamrot, though. The guy's never been knocked out. The guy can take a shot. Sure, he gets, he looks rocked at least once per fight. That's true, because his striking overall could be better, his striking defense, but he always recovers. Like, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, if he's been getting knocked out after getting rocked every fight, it's a different story. So I can live with that. The thing is, along with what you mentioned about the shitty takedown guys that Klein has been able to stop, what was maybe going to be a factor to me was you got kind of a shorter, stockier kind of guy in Klein, not really that tall, that may present a problem for Gamrot. But if you look at Gamrot's career, and he's had 10 fights in the UFC, there's no one that's given Gamrot a problem when it's come to his takedowns. Looking back, if we want to take a little stroll down memory lane, I only think he lost one fight for real, and that was the Dan Hooker fight. I'll give him that, but I think he was robbed in his two other decision losses. We'll start with good old Garam Kudalaadze, master of the robbery victory. In this one, where is it here? Oh, sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing here. We got 5 for 16 in takedowns. I'm going to skip Scott Holtzman, Jeremy Stevens. How many did he get against Diego Ferreira? 4 for 7. I'm looking here. Yeah, it's a pretty stout, strong guy, Diego Ferreira. Armin Sarukian. Ooh, a potential title challenger. Very strong and stout, right? How many times did Gamrot get him down? 6 of 21 attempts. Not bad. What about
Benio? Yeah, see, it's the attempts there. There are 21 attempts. It's just that he keeps trying and trying and trying to get.
Well, I said before he only had 4 for 7, 1 for 2, 2 for 5, 5 for 16. If you wanted to know the ones before, so he knows when to turn it off, turn it on a little bit. Beneil Dariush beat him in a robbery, but he also took down Beneil Dariush 4 of 19 times. Anyway, needless to say, the guy can take down anybody, and even the best of them. So I don't think Klein's going to be able to take him down. And not only that, I think Klein's going to be tired out by the third takedown. And because that's probably like 6 takedowns in all, if you consider the chain wrestling. So don't forget, if you see 21 takedown attempts by Gamrot, right? that could be some chain wrestling going on, unlike a Marab, for instance, who's going to go for a half kind of ass takedown, no chain wrestling, and that counts for one, right? Like Gamrot's takedowns are all pretty serious in order to get you down. And so I think that's going to happen for sure. How many times? It only really depends on how much energy and how many times Ludovic is willing to get up. That's what I really think. So I think Gamrot grounds into the ground, and as Ludovic's getting tired, maybe Ludovic's going to try to do some kind of weird scramble, something creative to get up, get some control of his own, maybe. And in that instance, I think Gamrot's going to want to finish now. You know, he still wants the title, and I think he's going to clamp on that sub on Klein here. So give me a Gamrot by sub or decision.
Yeah, so I also forgot to talk about the physicality here. Both of these guys in phenomenal shape. Gamrot came out here looking very ripped and lean, but you can see that Ludovic Klein is a little bit more muscular, a little bit bigger. That's some power there that I could see. He might be the stronger guy out of the two. Definitely in a little bit better shape for Ludovic Klein, but Gamrot is still lean and ripped and muscular as well. Now, there was definitely some fraud here as far as the height. The topology was saying that Gamrot's supposed to be 3 inches taller than Ludovic Klein. He's supposed to be 5'10", and Ludovic Klein's supposed to be 5'7", as we can see here. That's some bullshit. Obviously, Gamrot and Klein are pretty much the same height here. Maybe Gamrot might be an inch taller at most. So, yeah. I'm going to go with Gamrot, switching my pick here, but Ludovic Klein is fucking dangerous if he lands something hard on Gamrot. All right, so we're in agreement now with this fight. Let's get to the main event of the evening. Please like and subscribe, guys. We got Erin Blanchfield versus Macy Barber. For this one here, is it my turn right now?
No, it's me. I'll start this one off here. Yeah, so we got Macy Barber crowding up Erin Blanchfield here, and this is exactly the way she has to fight this fight. I like the aggression she showed just for this face-off, because that's exactly the way she has to approach this fight, you know, to stop those takedowns initially when they happen, because we know Blanchfield's going to go for them, you know, squat down and like elbows up, baby, you know. I think she's going to win this with her better striking. With the fact that she's going to get taken down, but she's going to be able to get up. I think she's going to catch Blanchfield with some hard shots. Like Blanchfield, she's not the easiest to bully. Don't get me wrong, but I think if Barber's in the right frame of mind, she's going to know that's what she has to do to win, and that's what she's going to do to win. So I expect her to also have a significant advantage on strikes landed after this fight is done. So more of an opportunity to get some damage on Blanchfield. So let's not hope the judges just focus on, you know, maybe the amount of takedowns or control time. Let's hope they focus on damage and pressure from Barber. So give me a decision or knockout for Barber.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry, but we're not in agreement here. Unfortunately, I got to go with Blanchfield. I'm sticking to my pick.
And I guess I'm happy she's taller too.
I think in this picture, she was actually on her tippy toes trying to lean into Blanchfield. I don't think she's that much taller than Blanchfield, to be honest. The thing is, physicality-wise, though, Blanchfield is the leaner fighter out of the two. She's a little bit skinnier, and she's also in decent shape. Barber looked a little out of shape. I think she's a little bit thicker, a little bit fatter there than Erin Blanchfield.
Yeah.
I think that this is going to be something that might be to her disadvantage. Not ever fighting in a 5-round fight. I think she's going to get tired.
One thing to add in that vein here is that Barber actually missed weight by 1.5 pounds. So maybe that's going to play to her advantage or not. And we forgot to mention before, Alan Nascimento, you know, maybe we should cut him a little break because he hasn't fought in like however long, so many years. But he missed weight by 2.5 pounds. So those are the two fighters that missed weight.
Nice. Good knowledge there. Good information. But yeah, no, Macy Barber, that's what I was saying. She looks a little bit fatter, a little bit thicker than Blanchfield here, and then you go ahead and say that she missed weight there. There you go. So I'm thinking that Erin Blanchfield is going to be the more athletic. She's going to have the more stamina and the better gas tank. I think that her takedowns are going to be better than Barber. I think that her ground game is better than Barber. And I think that she's has a very good threat there for the submissions, because Erin Blanchfield can get subs. She does have a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and she does have quite a few submissions also on her resume here. I think that she could win by submission or decision. I think she's going to take down Macy Barber several times, tire Macy Barber out. And with that extra weight that Macy Barber is going to have on her, I think by the third, fourth round, she's going to be super tired. And that's where Blanchfield is going to have some success on the ground, taking her down easily and even getting a sub.
She just hasn't impressed me that much with her finishing submission ability because, she hasn't really submitted anyone that good. But if she ends up submitting Barber, whether it's later in the fight or not, I'll give her credit for that. So...
I mean, she got a submission on Jessica Andrade back in 2023. Wasn't too long ago. She got a rear naked choke on her, and also got that amazing Kimura on Molly McCann.
Yeah, but your grandma can sub Molly McCann, and Andrade has been subbed like 12 times in her career. So
she also got a really nasty guillotine on J.J. Aldrich as well. And she won a great fight against Miranda Maverick. Who's also been looking really good, Miranda Maverick, as of late. And Miranda Maverick is a stellar grappler.
Yeah, she wouldn't be able to sub Miranda Maverick, that's for sure.
But what I'm saying is that the fact that she got a unanimous decision win over Maverick, who looks really, really good now, and that Maverick has stellar ground game and jiu-jitsu.
No, I know what you're saying.
I gotta give Blanchfield the advantage way better over Macy Barber on the ground.
I'm just saying, like, let's see her sub someone that doesn't even have a good ground game, but is a good fighter, like Macy Barber. Even then, I just think she can't sub good fighters, but we'll see.
Maybe you will get your wish that she'll sub.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Macy Barber. All right, so there you have it, folks. Our final thoughts, predictions, and face-offs for the main card. Stay tuned for the official bets video coming up next. Peace out, folks. KA MMA.